Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Most cruising the whip, pimping fun times, masked up, supersizing a verbal drive-by, speed dialing hair club for men, wondering if a statue maketh they'll buy it again. But this is bigger than lead press on hair, or hours spent sending emails no one reads because they don't care, or the summary of your life goals, lit broken dreams and pockets filled with holes. Remember you begged saying you were a fan, like on the daily how you pretend to be a man, all because you didn't get your way, screaming out so because no one listened to what you say. Honestly, that's pathetic, and maybe I would have been a tad sympathetic, but you had to make this personal, hoping for a sudden career or life reversal, not knowing that all of the money in the world can't project the one thing you'll never have, and that's a modicum of respect. And apparently some folks haven't heard that targeting kids is a useless lawsuit for rippets and words. That's an invitation to the wrecking ball, and like Pokemon, baby, you're gonna catch it all, and you're gonna catch them all. Yeah, you're gonna catch them all. And sure, you'll drop some lines and pretend that they slap, but listening to you is like catching an E version of the clap. And we aren't talking applause, we're talking penicillin, pretending someone other than life is your arch villain. But keeping blaming your problems on the Hales, and pretending that your tears will erase your fails, literally trying to boost your self-esteem by weaponizing an army of never was for your next live stream. Now go chase your ambulance, cause I'm out.
Or I'm in, one or the other, babies, what's up? Man, what a day that never ends. That's what I feel like with some of this craziness on this case. How you folks doing today, by the way? You feeling golden? I just noticed, by the way, when I was hooking up on my sound equipment, I just noticed I had broken the audio cord to my speakers, so everything sounds all wonky. I was like, damn it, I don't have another audio cord here. I was like, this, that, and I figure, but it's okay. The show goes on. break the host, break the cord. Who cares, baby? By the way, I figure I'll let you in on today. Let's talk a little bit about today, and then we'll talk about some funny stuff. Man, some funny things happen. There were denials across today. You know, we got our denial in. It looks like a certain lawyer got busted trying to be sneaky also today. There have been some funny denials today that, well, you could just totally disprove. There were threats aimed at Shara, which, well, I mean, you can just deflate those right off the bat, too. There's so much to talk about with that. Before we get going, though, I thought I would talk about, a follow-up on the other day. So today I had a cardiologist appointment. Ooh, fun times, right? That sounds fun, right? Yeah, it's like, man, when you're like life goals, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to go to the cardiologist. Actually, I liked the cardiologist, though. He was nice. He was a decent dude. So, they gave me a pill that Well, first, let's go through everything. Let's talk real quick because this all goes with everything that happened the other day. So they gave me this thing. This is a Zeo. I've never had one of these yet. A Zeo, and I hope to never have one after this. But a Zeo is a heart monitor. Apparently now, instead of taking your heart monitor back, I thought this was fascinating. Instead of having it on for a month and dropping it off at the doctor and them doing God knows what, you wear it for 14 days. Anytime you have a moment, you push the little thing on it, you record what it is, and after 14 days, you slap this bad boy off of you, you drop it in the mail, and within a couple of weeks, they have the results back. So they can just break it down and be like, yeah, here's where this is happening, here's where that's happening. Then they take that, they do a bunch of testing as well. So you have to go through blockage testing and all of that crap. And when you put it all together, you get a map out of everything. So I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. It's kind of fascinating. Actually, I thought this thing was pretty fascinating. I didn't, however, enjoy one thing that's a fascinating. And again, I mean, it has to happen. So I'm not complaining about the people who did this. Okay, I'm just complaining. I didn't enjoy the fact that they were like, hey, if you got any hair on your chest, you have to shave that little part off. All right. Okay, well, we can do that real fast. That's all right. And yeah, we got to clean it down with an alcohol wipe, because nothing makes sure things can stick to it. I was like, oh my God, this is like freaking torture. What's going on here? No, that sucks. Oh, the things we do for health, baby. Oh, the things we do for health. But I got to wear this around. Now, the other thing that I got today, which was very interesting, I got a pill that I kept thinking, everybody thinks in terms of high blood pressure. Well, they gave me a pill because I had low blood pressure and that faintness that I was feeling and stuff. I still, I'd had the buzzing my ears is still there, but this faintness and everything else, like air constriction and everything. They were like low blood pressure. It's pretty low. So you could take this this pill 2 times a day. They're like, you don't have to take it with anything. Just don't take it before you go to sleep. Like you don't want to do that because yeah, you'll see why when you take it. I was like, all right, okay, we'll see. So I took this sucker. I was like, holy crap, this thing is like speed without I'm not talking about the bad parts of speed, and I'm not talking about the euphoric high parts of speed. I'm talking about it felt like somebody switched my eyeballs to HD. I was like, holy crap. Colors. Where did this come from? It's a clarity pill. Oh my Lord. Oh man. I feel like I took speed now. Now that hasn't got rid of all chest pain or anything there, of course, but it definitely cut through that murk that I was seeing through for a couple of days. It's like, holy crap, man. I was like, it is speed. No, it's not speed. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff though. I never thought low blood pressure. I kept thinking in terms of what is that stuff called? I don't know how to. What's it called? It's I don't know how to pronounce this. It's it's MIDO. Is it Midro or Midrodrine or something? MIDODRINE. I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it, but it's like, yep, that kind of stuff. It's used to stop severe dizziness, fainting, from low blood pressure. I was like, holy crap, man. It is. It's like somebody switched my eyes are like, oh my God. Oh Lord. What was really funny though is the doctor was like, you'll see why you don't want to take this right before you go to bed or anything like that. You want to give it plenty of hours. You don't want to take it beforehand. I was like, see now. I get it. I very much get it. So it was pretty funny. Oh, Lord. But anyway, I thought I would keep you apprised of, of the crazy and the I don't know, just the absolute insanity to it all. Oh, I did like the guy. And what was really funny too, one other thing, and then we'll get going with this. The doctor was like, he was talking about, hey, what do you do for a living? And I mean, you could tell it's small talk. And I was like, well, I do YouTube, for a living now. And it's so weird. The doctor was like, like went from automatic questions to like, wow. And I kept thinking, man, you're a doctor. You're like a cardiologist. Like you probably make bank, And he's like, I want to know about YouTube. I thought that was kind of fascinating. Man, the things cardiologists dream, right? Let me read a couple of super chats, then we getting on this, okay? So, I'm Princess, starting out 3 months. Hope you're doing well, Tuck. Had to wear one of those devices before. You really won't feel it. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't feel or anything. It's just there. It's got the gremlin rules. Not getting it wet. I don't think I want to jam any food in it either. Direct sunlight. Well, it'd probably burn my my turkey chest off anyway. So none of that either. I'm sticking with it. Hey, Sticky, what's up? Thanks for the 5 giftos, my friend. Thank you for kicking that out there. Appreciate you, my friend. Fallen Hero too. Thank you for the gifted membership as well, man. Thank you both. I appreciate you guys kicking it off, man. Emma, thanks for the 5. I'm melting. It was 104 degrees in South. Oh my gosh, in South Australia yesterday. My AC guys are over 2 hours. Like that's awful. It was a balmy 73 here today, which again, that may not sound like much to you, but you got to remember, like a few days ago, it was 26 here. Now it's 70 something. It feels like whatever. What lives in South Australia, kangaroos. I don't know anything else. Everything that I hear about, any animal I hear from from Australia, sounds like it's positioned to kill me. So, the only neutral animal I can think of is a kangaroo. And even that, some of those, they look like, I mean, when they stand up on their back legs, those things look like they're straight out of prison, like, oh, I'm going to mess you up. Looks like some kind of prison bully. It's like, oh, Lord. But yeah, I mean, it felt like a kangaroo climbs up my sinuses. Lord. Jesse, thanks for the find there. I'm still between your live and Nate the Lawyer live. So much content. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like there's I think in a couple of days, I'm gonna go over and talk about the Blake Lively, about Donnie insanity. I'm gonna talk about that. Probably with Captain Kirk. I think that'll be interesting. I've been catching up on that case. I held off on it because I was trying to get my my other stuff under wraps too, and I can only do so many cases when I can only keep my mind on a couple at most. So I was trying to decide for sure if I could really function with 2, because this case has so many offshoot cases that I wanted to make sure I could handle more than one. Sticky Widget, thanks for the 4 months there too. But did you get a lollipop? Maybe did what flavor? I didn't actually. I didn't get a lollipop. That is a sad reality. That's depressing. Oh man. Todd, thanks for the 5 there. Just remember, a cardiologist visit is always better than a proctologist. That's true. That's true. You know what? You know what? They still do end up poking my wallet, though. They did. They poked something, that was near my bottom. So, yeah. Emma, thanks for the 5. Does your heart rate randomly go crazy? Maybe I have fibrillation. My oxygen level has been very low, which is weird, and my blood pressure was very low. Now, the cardiologist group that I saw here, they come out of Nashville. They work all over, but they're good. Like the guy that I got a hold of is really good. But yeah, the oxygen level thing was pretty worrisome. So that was something that we're working with as well. They're making sure, again, they're eliminating anything, but blockage is a main one. The only thing that sucks about all of this, and I've noticed, is went to ER again. You would think, hey, that might, expedite things, right? Maybe, because you're like, hey, man, there's something really wrong. Well, it's like, okay, I got here. And they're like, well, we checked you out. You're not going to drop over tomorrow. That's what they're banking on anyway, right? So, yeah, doing the monitor thing and all that, all this takes a month. And I'm like, we gonna fix anything in a month? Well, I mean, I guess we have some medication in there, but like, holy crap, man. That sounds like a big gamble. But that's U.S. healthcare, baby, where you don't, we're always told that we don't have waiting lines and stuff. Yes, we do. It's so ridiculous. Bad Pickle Tink, thanks for the 5. Your freshly shaved chest wiped down with alcohol and man's mini fresh panty hamster. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Oh my God. If I'd had a menthol wipe to wipe my chest down with, that would have completed the torture. Terry, thanks for the 7 months there. I have low blood pressure myself. I have to be careful when standing up. BP is 90/40. Normally. Wow, man, you got to be careful with that, my friend. You got to be very careful with that. Mine hasn't been that low, but it was low enough. Again, when I was live streaming the other night, my face got really hot and everything started restricting. Yeah, I was like, man, I'm having a heart attack. I was like, this is bad, and numbness. I've had pain in my chest anyway, but I was like, man, this is hard. It was bad enough in my adult life. I've never ever for myself contacted a ambulance because they're so expensive, man. I'd rather take my chances or have somebody come get me. I'd rather take the extra 10 minutes, have somebody get me and drive me to the hospital because, rather than spend the thousands of bucks. But with this, I was like, dude, this is bad. So I did something I never done before. I hear you. That's crazy. Deb BC Eagle, thanks for 5. Hey, Tug, here's some breadstick money. Have a good night. Thank you. Breadstick money. Hey, we're going to go in a minute, okay? I'll do 2 more. I get everybody, of course. I always do. I love y'all folks, too. Appreciate you. Aaron, thanks for the 3 months there. Take some same meds 3 times a day. Done nothing. 80/61 is your average. Huh. Well, I mean, I could tell the difference, for me, I could feel it. Like for this, I definitely, like I said, I could tell the difference in my my daily. I was like, woo, man, boy, howdy. So I'm not sure. I feel like it's working for me though, right this second. Let's do something real quick. Okay, here we go. You want to see something? You want to see something funny real quick? Would you like a funny one to start the day with? I'll let you start. You want a really funny one? A really a really dum 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 moment. Really kick off the day. Okay, let's talk about that one. This one's a good one. You'll like this. I'm telling you. Okay, so if you've never seen the quote unquote fan group, right? The fan group is a fascinating little place because it's been overran by, there's supposedly anonymous accounts, right? A lot of people are afraid to post under their real names. Yeah. Well, today, one posted this right here. Okay. Now this has a point. Okay. Now this is a link to one of the two rent-to-owns that have come into this, right? The one BBB likes to pretend that he has no contact. He's definitely not bringing them in, right, or anything. I mean, after all, this is posted by an anonymous person, right? Well, funny enough, when you click on this, Give me a second here. Let me make sure this opens right. Okay, when you click on the link there, now this is a screenshot. I'm not clicking the link live here, but when you click on the link, this comes up. Now, you might notice something here. It leads to the article in question that he wants to lead you to. The anonymous person does. But you notice, see, it's an attack. Does Jeremy Hales recruit a scumbag lawyer? Wait, who's the anonymous person sharing it, I wonder? Huh? Who could that anonymous person maybe be? How stupid do you have to be? Oh my God. Oh my God. I will never figure out who sent that one out there. Huh. But remember, they're totally not financing an attack. Oh my God, man. I swear. Every time these morons do something, you can hear the big top calling. You really can. Oh, you can hear the floppy shoes just a bang. But isn't it fascinating? Like, again, Randy's sitting over here. He's doing his thing in court. Meanwhile, BBB is so freaking butthurt by Randy's not interacting with him except in the courtroom. What's he done, man? He's had to help bring in 2 scumbags of the lowest caliber to try to sick them on anybody. Oh, I love it. And then, like, he doesn't want to take credit for it. Again, he's like, oh, I'm going to anonymous share this. I totally will. Good job. Good job. You know, he's a paid subscriber, by the way. Isn't that fascinating? So he's definitely paying for them to do this. So like I said, you know, oh man, he's gotten in there. Not only did they fundraise for it, but even after the very questionable past that these 2 scumbags absolutely have, undeniable. I mean, this guy right here, you know, MV, he admits to not, it wasn't one quote unquote source, one quote unquote victim. He decided, hey, he needed to bed. 2 of them, 2. That's he admits to 2 of them. He just like straight up, 100% him. He admitted to. Weirdly enough, I've got text proof of that too. I'm sure he's got some spin to it. He totally wasn't taking advantage. He totally wasn't taking advantage of an unwell person there. And then the other one, holy crap. We hadn't even gotten to like what we looked at that one day. We didn't even get to part 2 of all of that just messed up crap. Like, you talk about a resume. We did not even get to the breakdown of everything else. We didn't get to the wonderful allegations about the threats with Yeo Pew Pew with another person. Fun times, right? We didn't get to anything really when it comes to the background as far as everything that happened with the political case. Oh my God. I mean, there's so much. There's so much. And these people, they're paying for it. So it's just amazing. It's just amazing how, like, again, the derps, it fits. They are definitely the derps. Oh, Lord. That's amazing to me. Okay, so you want to see something else funny? It's kind of funny. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of funny too. So Shara posted something. You want to destroy something real fast? You want to destroy the shittiest, dumbest narrative I've ever seen in my life? You want to just write out destroy one real fast? I think that might be fun, don't you? So Shara posted this stupid narrative about her video. Okay. This is directed toward her. Right. This is posted by 2L. And this is talking about, you can see this here, talking about two-party consent, whining about it. Few questions for you. Did you know that Florida's two-party consent? Do you really know about fair use? Do you know what malicious intent is? False narratives, false light? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, here's a fun little dilly for you. If you go to the video here, I'm going to play you something. We're not going to play a lot here. I just want to play you something right off the beginning, okay? This is fun. Okay, check this out here. You'll love it. You really love this, actually. It's so funny. Shows you how dumb these people are. So here is Shara's video from the other day, right? This is, again, if you have not checked it out, you definitely should. But when you start playing the portion where Shara has her conversation they're talking about, because the only thing that would even remotely come up with two-party, that would become, first of all, two-party. These people have no idea how two-party works anyway. But one thing that kind of blows it all out of the water is, listen right at the beginning here. Check this out.
Record this part. Absolutely. Tell me now again. I'm now recording this, so go ahead and say that again.
Did you hear that? You did catch that, right? I'm going to play it back for you just in case you miss it, okay? Because it's really quick, but I want you to catch this part here, okay? Just listen to it. It's very important right there at the beginning.
Record this part.
Record this part, okay? Absolutely.
Tell me now again. I'm now recording this, so
I am now recording this. You hear the statement right there. It is disclosed that this is being recorded. There's a request to record. There is a disclosure that this is indeed being recorded. So it wouldn't matter. First of all, if you were 100% correct in the assumption that everybody, they were all living there, and they were all in some two-party consent state. Everybody needed consent. Well, guess what? That's consent right there. You inform the other party that you are recording them. Someone asks you also to record. That blows that right out of the water, does it not? I mean, so all of this stupidity, as far as you don't understand two-party consent? Oh, you gonna go to jail? No, you're an absolute idiot if you think that is somehow not consent. I was looking at that, I was like, didn't she say? I mean, there's even, you don't even have to watch it. You can go into it catches it enough. If you go into the transcript, it actually picks it up. You know, the freaking transcript on this thing does. You can see it here. So let's see. If you look at the transcript itself, you know, YouTube makes a transcript. Now, you have to be, one of the things you have to be careful with, transcripts they're good, but you need to make sure that your transcript is always correct. But you'll notice, looking at this here, what does it note there? It notes, beginning here, it says, record this part. Now it says, instead of absolutely, it says ably, but you can hear absolutely because it's a low volume there. Now tell me now again, I'm recording this, so go ahead and say that again. So you get a request to record. You're like, yep, absolutely. Tell me now again, because I'm recording this. Oh my God, man. how much clearer? I mean, it wouldn't matter. I get, I get that this is an exercise in futility. You were talking to a wall of stupid, and the wall of stupid can never absorb knowledge. So I get it. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, do you never get tired of being wrong? Also, all this flexing and bullshit. You would think after a little while, too, you would think trying to flex on a federal witness, you would think trying to intimidate them, trying to cause them issue, you'd think after a while, maybe somebody would get wise to that. But no, what they do now, they make other statements with this too. Now, let me pull this back up here. Again, this is Shara's post on that. Here we go with that. It's like, oh, do you know? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, never mind. And oh, wait, how many times have you used my voice, my video, or my chat for content? My chat? Are you fucking delirious? My chat. First of all, it's amazing to me that people will run a show with a fair use disclaimer on the beginning. Now, I'm not saying that somebody cannot false strike you, but there is a liability component there too. There is absolutely a liability component there. Now, Shara, you may have gotten away with muscling down her channel when she wasn't monetizing at all, but she's monetized now. She is you shouldn't think of it as Shara the person. You should think of the channel as Shara the business, because her enterprise makes money. Now, fair use, you should look it up. And there's actually, there's some cases that are really interesting about this stuff. I've talked about a couple of them. Some of my favorites. They're two, because they were so big and the impact was so undeniable. There was one that dealt with Sargon of Akkad. Now, Sargon of Akkad, the reason that this one is fascinating is because with Sargon of Akkad, he was making a political message, okay? So he took a longer political video and he cut the video down. When he cut the video down, he changed the title. But it was something, again, I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember the exact title. But it was like, why whomever, they always lose, you know? And it took their message and trimmed it down from a lot of minutes to less minutes. Again, no commentary. But the commentary was the title. So after he posted this, the person that made it decided, hey, they were going to sue him. And they were very loud about it. They were very loud, just like this kind of bullshit right here. They were very loud about it. They bragged quite a bit about how they were going to take it down. Well, they decided to strike it. And guess what? They decided that they were going to sue as well. So Sargon of Akkad was like, hey, game on. You know, we can go those rounds. And guess what? Sargon won. He won it. When you look at the case, it makes total sense. First of all, too, when you look at fair use practice, it makes sense because it is transformative. The statement that it makes is 100%. And the person that sued, what they didn't understand there is that if you look at many lawsuits, this is one of the things that BBB gets lost in a lot of this stuff too, but even he seems to grasp. You go and you push this and you get to the point where there's litigation, you end up losing, and fair use rules are well established. You lose. Guess what happens? Sanction time, baby. And you were talking tens of thousands of dollars in sanctions because of that. Now, there was another lawsuit, a very, very high profile one. It dealt with the channel at the time, H3H3, Ethan Klein. Now, this was back in the, I want to say the more Wild West days of YouTube. There was this guy who liked to make videos, and oh, his ego was amazing. It was so crazy. This guy was cringe crazy. This guy would make videos of he would have a random woman. He would do a skit, right? But he was always in his skits. Okay. So he would have a woman like working out or something. She would be attractive, you know, she wouldn't be heavily clothed, you know, like I said, she'd be out there, she'd be working out, she'd be into it. And he'd come around and he'd just say some of the weirdest, cringiest stuff to her. when he would do that, they would inevitably, they'd have a back and forth. He would do something. She would start to chase him. He would run away, and then they would have parkour, and then somehow he would end up with a chick. It was cringy. Well, H3H3 decided they would make fun of that. They would take his content and make fun of it because it deserved to be making fun of. And guess what? Lawsuit happened because his ego, instead of rolling with it and accepting the accepting the love there, decided, oh, I'm gonna go and sue. And well, when it did, it got into the courtroom. It got pretty nasty, and H3H3 said they ended up winning. And when they did, woo, man, you're talking about again channel crushing amounts of money and amounts of debt come up. Because when you lose something like that, again, there's a lot of money. So these threats, the reason I mention all of that is because of this idea using voice. But you own to a degree. When people go in, you should look up fair use, the idea of transformative works, because Shara's videos are transformative works. She is taking something and she is making a statement with it. She's not just throwing it back out there for no reason whatsoever. And like I said, legally, they don't have a foot to stand on. Now, could they fall strike? Perhaps. Perhaps they could. And they go and make threads here. And remember on YouTube, 3 strikes you're out, boom, boom, boom. Now, interestingly, with Shara, here's another thing I was thinking, you know, because of the reaction that other people had, I was like, boom, boom, boom. How is that a different kind of threat? I mean, Shara's gotten some weird threats lately. So are we talking 3 strikes you're out? Or does boom, boom, boom mean something else? It's kind of creepy. Maybe you shouldn't threaten people. Maybe you shouldn't threaten federal witnesses, especially given, you know, the background of many assorted players. It's a many assorted player, I think is a better way of putting it. Maybe that's not the best way to go. But at best case scenario, they are threatening her channel for sure. And just flagrantly. Like, we gonna shut you down. I mean, oh my God. What a bunch of idiots, man. And you know, the dumbest thing about this is if people want to pound on their chest and pretend they're going to do something, I mean, whatever. But these people are dumb enough. You see their quote unquote legal points. So what else might they do? Who knows? Who knows? I just look at this stuff and I think, oh my God, classic bully, like somebody just said. That is indeed correct. Classic bullies. Now, there were some other fun things that popped up. There was this weird denial. So there were, let me pull this up. Okay. I may return to the video for Shara in a minute. But first, I want to go to something else that happened that we did not get to talk about yesterday. And I think was actually, well, it's interesting. If you've seen it, well, then I guess we're expanding and we're covering it. We also want to give, first of all, I want to give love to a channel here. Let me actually lock in on the channel first. I didn't think about doing this at first. I do want to give the channel love because he does some good works out there, and I don't think he gets enough love. You know, a lot of times people who do the good work, they don't get enough love. So, what you doing, Willis? I think, what you doing, Willis, deserves some love there. So just to point that out. I want to give the channel love. I want to make sure if you are not subscribed for any reason whatsoever, make sure that you do subscribe. Like I said, there are people out there that do good works. They do amazing stuff. They want to do for others as well. And most of their content is that. I mean, if you go through his content, most of it is going in, clearing out messes. Yeah, good stuff. But one of the things that was in one of his videos recently, I'm going to pull this up for you. And I want you to listen to it. Okay? Because I want you to tell me who this is. And like I said, I wanted to give love beforehand, and tell you to subscribe there. But it's like, who do you hear on the voicemail, Willis? Now you see the video here. You can go and check it out on your own leisure time if you'd like to. It's a short voicemail, but you tell me who this voice is when we listen to it, okay? Because there's a point to this, all right? So,
How long do we have to look at that ridiculous two-town sign hanging in your tree on your property? You're an embarrassment for letting that happen to the residents of Otter Creek.
okay, now you hear that. Now it's short, okay, but there's a point to bringing this up, all right? Because it was short, and I thought, well, I'll cover this or not. I'm gonna play it one more time because I want you to hear it. And you again, I want you to drink it in. Like when I listen to it, there is no freaking way that this is not John Cook. The vocal inflection. I mean, just everything about speech patterns. it's 100%. It's got to be him. It's got to be, down to that freaking condescending tone. There's a point to this, but listen one more time just to make sure. It's short, so it's not too much to play it again. And again, give his video some love for sure. Comment on it. Send him some love.
How long do we have to look at that ridiculous two-town sign hanging in your tree on your property? You're an embarrassment for letting that happen to the residents of Otter Creek.
Okay, now I bring that up. Who could that be? Right? He asked. He was like, I wonder who that is. Why? Because, well, interestingly enough, if you're saying that's got to be LP, that's got to be her, right? Well, apparently she's been disagreeing with that. She actually is saying that that's not her, or that's not JC, rather. That's not him. That's right. She's been posting. Let me see if I can find that post again. I just saw it earlier. It's just fascinating. The denial of reality, right? She's like, no way. He never called. He never called at all. You're like, what the what now? She said, oh, wait, here it is. Let me mail this to myself, okay? Wait a minute. Maybe I have that up here. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I don't have that up here. Because I might have to mail it to myself. What's funny is this and the $65,000 thing have apparently become part of denial. Isn't that weird? Like, don't you find it strange that they're now they're admitting that it exists, but hey, by the way, I forgot to do something yesterday. Let me say this. SC, I didn't notice your donation yesterday. So I do not want to forget you. I'm going to give you love. You know, I hate that. I hate it when I miss stuff. I've been like half with it, you know, so I feel like I miss things way too much. But you know who I'm talking to. I thought, man, you know, did I miss you, SC? I did. So I need to give you some love there while I'm at it. I appreciate you, SC, for sure. You know, I did see it. I don't know, my brain. I was like, no, my brain. But here, let me pull this up here. I see it. Okay, there it is. I'm saving it into my computer. I have to send it off my phone. I take screenshots with my, there we go. I take screenshots with my freaking phone, and then I have to send them back over. I have to go through. So you notice there, John did not call Travis. Straight up denial. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I'm like, either that is the best fake that we have ever seen there, or we have JC calling and harassing Travis. Now, they also started denying the $65,000 thing, which is fascinating because you not only have the $65,000 that was posted about, which I thought that was interesting enough. You know, you had it posted publicly. You know, I mean, when we had that showcase publicly, I would think that would be more than enough proof, right? But remember, Shara also posted about it because she had a discussion with LP, and LP decided that she was actually going to mention that. Remember, it was about, you know, again, paraphrasing. It's about paying John off. Want him to go away, $65K too. But apparently the fun part of all of this is the idea that that's now a joke. It was all a joke, man. It was all lulls in a game. You don't understand the humor, man. It's sarcasm. See, this is the real deal now. It's like, well, thanks for, first of all, noting that the comment does exist and everything else. That comment was sarcastic about the $65K. It was being said that I was trying to get money off somebody. Somebody said, why don't you give me $65K and I'll get rid of John? LOL, it was a joke. No. Well, what? What does that even mean? Is that kind of like the discussion about Zim and Brett and the flirting thing from yesterday? By the way, if you missed that for some reason, both and weird, very weird. Very, very weird. You know, apparently if you offer somebody a hamburger and you tell them that they can come over and sit down and eat it, apparently there are signs there. I've got a kid right here, by the way. Here she comes. Give me a second. Hey, what's up? What you doing?
It's one of the option things.
The option things?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's your Coraline. Well, hey, well, you need to drink water. You need to drink some more water. Are you feeling better today?
Mm-hmm.
Are you feeling a lot better today?
Mm-hmm.
You look like you're feeling better. Okay. Well, you need to drink some water today, though, so you get all your strength back.
How are you getting?
I see them. Their hearts on there. Mm-hmm.
Mommy lotions are part heart. I like your live streams too.
I know you like live streams and hearts. See all the hearts? You look
Yeah,
hearts?
I
Yeah, you can look at them for a second. You want to see the hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't they pretty?
Come here.
Oh, they're
Look at
stunning.
yellow, you see?
Yeah, they're armies of hearts. They're beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to
saying.
tell them that you were sick the other day too?
Yeah, I was sick the other day.
Yeah. You were sick a lot the other day, weren't you? But
Yeah.
you toughed it out like a big girl, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's right, buddy. That's right, baby.
And I know the same stuff about me.
Yeah, they are. They're saying, "Oh man, that's the cutest voice. That's the nicest girl I've ever
I wonder what
seen."
they're saying right now.
Right now, let's say, "Oh man." Let's see. Well, they're sending hearts.
And what are they saying?
They're saying, "Oh man, I'm glad you're better. Oh, sweet baby." They're like, "Oh, we love you." See, they're saying all kinds of great things.
Yeah, don't. Just calm
saying,
me down
"Man."
because I want to take those
Yeah,
little
they're-
things, suckle things.
Yeah, and they're saying, "Man, what a big girl." for
Yeah,
taking that
get
out."
me down here. I want to take those suckle things if they're talking about me.
Okay. Well, hey, go up and rest though. You got to get some rest, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Hey, you can get a water if you want some, because you don't need to drink a bunch of milk or anything when you're getting well, okay? Get you some water today, okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some more of this whole water up there if you want one. Okay? You need to make sure that you. Are you wanting some of that over there?
Yeah. Sugar away for Sissy.
You want that drink? Yeah, Sissy didn't want any of it. Do you want that?
I have two now?
Do you want some of it? You can have some of it if you want it. Take it with you. Yeah. Yep. You can have it.
The whole entire bottle?
Yeah, if you want. Take it with you.
The whole entire?
Yes, if you want it. Yes, ma'am.
Yep, I'm taking the whole entire bottle.
Okay, you can take the whole bottle with you.
But I'm not going to drink all of it. I'm just going to leave it half and coming back down here.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to drink it by itself because
All right, well, hey.
Seal on my carpet.
Okay, well, go rest. Love you. Close the door. She's okay, close the door for me, okay? Yes, it's okay. You can have it. I told you could have it. Thank you for asking, though. Yeah, you can have it. Thank you for asking. Okay, close the door, though. Yeah, she got sick. She had there was a virus going, I mean, Lord, it's the time of year for it. She got sick. She actually handles it pretty freaking well, to be honest. But, my oldest daughter, she gets sick. She's like, oh, Lord, laid up. It's the most miserable thing ever. But the little one's just like, yeah, I got sick. Man, I'm not to be gross, but you'd be like, oh man, I threw up. I'm good to go. Let's keep going. It's like, wow. Yeah, she just powers through sickness. But it put her down for about a day and a half. That's why she hadn't been rating for like yesterday. She was still like sleeping off part of it. She was on the back end of it. She was catching up on the rest part. So, but yeah. All right. So the $65,000 thing, though, getting back to that. Now, don't you find it fascinating considering, like I said, we had proof of this. We not only had proof, but we had proof from two sources. We didn't have proof from just one source. We had proof from two sources. Now, the main source that all of this proof, of course, comes from is MP herself. I mean, that's the main kicker in it. The evidence that is provided isn't evidence, again, just from a Shara. Shara didn't just manufacture something out of the blue. and start bringing it up. No. Well, Liz she's referencing conversation. Actually, let's pull that up here too. Give me 1 second. I'll pull that up myself as well. Let me screenshot and pull it up because it's so bizarre how there's a denial of reality. Like we haven't seen it more than once. You know, we haven't had her talk about it and bring it up. You know, she's trying to spin it publicly, saying, well, this is what it's about. Well, wait a minute. The Shara discussion just totally destroys this. Like, she can't keep up with her lies about this stuff. And again, remember, the discussions with Shara, they have actually been authenticated by BBB. Remember the letter that he sent out saying, doxing those old conversations. But what he's telling you is they're legit. So remember, there was this. This is out of one of her videos. You have the discussion here, right? The back and forth. Then you get into the, what's this? He's doing it to both of us because of, again, this is her narrative, where I said that if he's so worried about me being abused and he's so worried about HG, why doesn't he just put the $65,000 to give John? So John can go his own way. Leave me the hell in my baby alone. What great typing. but I mean, you can decipher that and tell kind of what it means, right? Leave me and my baby the hell alone. So, I mean, you can look at that. And you can tell again, this narrative about how it's a joke about something else. No. She's admitting she did it. Admitting what it's what it's attached to, plus said it more. And luckily, interestingly, she's going out publicly and admitting it exists. Now that, to me, that's fascinating because part of their whole push has been that there's been no attempt at getting money. And yet, I mean, when you look at that, 100%. See, Shara is this magic 8 ball. When you look at it, you think, man, all signs point to evidentiary proceedings working out very well. Now, why would I mention evidentiary proceedings, by the way? Well, because I could see the spin off of there was a denial today. Now, I did want to point out one thing in the denial. One thing that has to go, right? With these denials, you'll notice words on these, right? There's a little word, well, 2 little words that matter, right? They do matter. They note that denied, and when they're denied, you have a denial without prejudice. Now, what does that mean again? Because, you know, there's a couple of L's that don't seem to understand that. So we will be clarifying what that means. That means that you can refile. Now he notes that you can refile this at the end of discovery. So discovery has to go well. Now, luckily, you have morons out there that provide you more than enough evidence and prove that it's real. You don't need experts. You have idiots. And these idiots keep proving things are real. So congratulations. But there was this wonderful thing today. It was yet another denial. Like I said, I'm sure that they'll be like, oh, well, we can file that. Yeah, sure you can. You know, discovery, though, should be very interesting. We'll see what comes up. So this is about summary judgment. It's summary judgment on plaintiff's defamation claims. Now, the defamation claims, there are 3 levels. Now, the hardest thing we have not looked at the tortious interference discussion and the vaulted footnote that they talk about. You know, where Jeremy will have to prove tortious interference. He will have to show that there is tortious interference. Again, A, B parties, and then C party inserting themselves into the A and B relationship. He will have to prove that 100%. And the judge is like, this right here, as it stands, you know, essentially it's a put up or shut up. That's what discovery's for. They made it to discovery with tortious interference. As I've said from the beginning, I thought when this first came up, remember when we had discussions way, way back, I thought this was a tortious interference case. I thought that, you know, because again, I hadn't looked at it yet. And when I thought this was a tortious interference case, you remember, it's like, oh man, that's not good. Because tortious interference is one of the most difficult things to get going, period. I'm not talking about into account. I'm talking about to the point we're at right now. To get it to here is crazy. And to prove that, man, there's so much. It's going to be fascinating to see them pull up everything. And again, what they have to do is they have to link party, the C party, to the A and B relationship. Now, I personally think there's plenty of stuff that they can do that with. We'll see how that is. Again, it's not just having evidence. I think Randy's a skilled lawyer. I think he could do a good job of it too. We'll see how it plays with court. But that is a hard one there. Defamation. Woo, baby. The defamation stuff. And remember, when they were talking about the signs, remember the signs came up as a discussion matter. And as far as the signs themselves, the claims on those signs are so bad that we're not just talking about an item, again, that you have to prove damages with. There are certain statements that are considered so bad that they themselves, a reasonable party, would understand that they themselves are damaging. They're some of the worst things you could call a person. Those signs, they're the worst things that you could call a person. So, having said that, let's check this out here. I mean, this is, again, D9. Yet again. It's going to be funny, though. Somehow, I'll watch, I swear. It's so funny. They get a denial. They're like, yes, we won. And it's like, what? How did you win? Case continues. How is that? Okay. So, Jeremy versus et al., let's just say. So presently before the court is defendant's motion for summary judgment on plaintiff's defamation claims. Now, plaintiff has responded in opposition to the motion. Again, we've seen the documents for that. Now, for the reasons below, defendant's motion for summary judgment is denied. Now, summary judgment is appropriate, quote, if the movement shows that there is no genuine dispute as to the material, as to any material fact, and the movement is entitled to judgment as a matter of law. Now, a dispute is quote unquote genuine if the quote evidence is such that a reasonable jury could return a verdict for the non-moving party. Now, think about that. Okay, so if you're talking about how is this genuine, okay, when you look at that, And you say, well, there's enough evidence here that a reasonable jury, if you put this in front of a jury, they could return a verdict. Now, do you think that they could say, yeah, there was indeed defamation here? Do you think a jury could sit down and be like, yeah, that's pretty nasty. That's pretty bad stuff. A fact is quote unquote material if it quote might affect the outcome of a suit under the governing law. Now here, defendant's motion is insufficient to meet their burden of showing that there is no genuine issues of material fact regarding plaintiff's defamation case. Accordingly, it is ordered the defendant's motion for summary judgment is denied without prejudice. Again, that means they can file again at the end of discovery, but we know what's there, you know. The defamation claims are the strongest thing that Jeremy Hales has going for him. Like I said, the if you go from the hardest to go in and prosecute, RICO is a weird thing. RICO, you hear RICO discussed a lot, but outside of two settings, people don't know a lot about RICO. Outside, of course, large business enterprise, and of course, what do you think about RICO is? You think about the mafia. That's what landed RICO on the map. When people hear about RICO and predicate acts and all of that stuff, they think about mafia. So that's where most people understand. But outside of that, you don't really hear a lot about RICO. That's not saying that it's not something that you can attach and prove. A lot of times it's hard. I think that with the players in this, could you prove a RICO case? Yeah, I actually think you could. I think you could put together a RICO case. I think there are certain parties that dig themselves in further and further. The stuff that we have learned since the beginning of the federal is insane. Like the amount of stuff that we have learned about other parties, I mean, it's absolutely insane. I didn't think, like, when this first comes up and people talk about RICO, they always say, well, I don't know about that. You know, it's very hard to convince me on a RICO case and to say you're going to be able to take it, you're going to be able to present it, and you're going to be able to win. Not that you might have some foundation for it, but winning is another thing. In this, though, yeah, I think if you had all the parties, you were able to put them in, but RICO fell. Okay, so they fell off. Tortious interference, it's there. You're at discovery. You're going to have to prove it. And the judge is like, essentially, put up or shut up. You know, you're going to have to do it now. And this is the time you have to do it anyway. Otherwise, and then defamation is their strongest by far item. So they tried to shut this case down. Remember, what's really funny about this, and I love this here, is that BBB told us that there was no way that this case would go this far. There's no way in the world that we would get to this point. You remember that, right? No way in the world we would ever get to this point right here. This case would already have been thrown out. Isn't that amazing? It's just so strange. We've gone from case thrown out. Remember, it went from case thrown out to, but I got it delayed 5 months, to celebrating when you get denied yourself. That's so bizarre. This is the weirdest case I think I've ever looked at. And it's not it's not just the insanity, and it's not just the added insanity that comes in. It's the continual spin, the spin doctoring to everything that happens. I mean, denial, I didn't think that you could be like, oh man, I filed something and I lost. Equals, yes, I won. I never thought, but it doesn't matter. And there are morons that just gobble it up. Actually, one of my favorite things has been to watch. There was somebody asked, explain LP and JC's case to me. Explain how that comes together. Let me see if I can find a screenshot of that, because I actually pulled a screenshot for it, and I thought, oh my God, the answer to it was absolutely amazing. So let me see if I still have this in front of me. Let's see here. Yes, somebody asked, would somebody explain how this case started from the Preston perspective? I figured it out from Jeremy's perspective, how it started, because Lynette was invited, meet and greet, donations, and the signs and everything else. But from her perspective, how does it start? So this is apparently, no shit, this is legit. This is legit Preston support, like one of the heavies out there answering that. Their answer was, it all started when MP wouldn't give HG to Jeremy and to George. I say, well, what? This is the narrative that they think is real. Okay. MP told her to get off her property and not come back. And Jeremy was all happy when MP moved to the property before. So apparently, apparently, they think somehow it has to do like that. What? What does that even mean? That's the weirdest fucking warped thing I've ever heard. And yet some of them apparently believe that. They think that's how the case. So anybody, man, my point in this is anybody that would believe that and believe that that's how this case hinges, I guess I can see how they would think denial and loss somehow is a win. They also, again, I keep hearing spin about how with the Stark case, all of that stuff gets crazy. Like yesterday, again, if for some reason you missed Shara's video, you got to go in and look at it, because we keep finding out more about how Stark got involved. Like Shara had a giant piece of this puzzle, and she just casually drops this bomb yesterday, an absolute bomb out into public. I was like, holy crap. Let me pull this up here. It was this thing. Again, these are two screenshots. I've overlapped one onto the other just to make it easier for referencing. That way when we look at it, you can look at it easier like that. And the arrow, I did put it in there. That way you know that all of this was one screenshot, but I pushed this in, and then this was the bottom of that screenshot too. So, it loops up the screenshot too. But we had already heard a narrative about Scott Stark. Now, there was discussion, remember, over the last few days, there's been some discussion with Jeremy. He's been talking about payment and how that came up. And it went from LP made payment to none of your business to, well, what does that matter anyway? Why? Well, let's read this here. I mean, it's crazy stuff. You had discussion here. Bruce is taking care of it all tomorrow. $300 is asked, 300 you and 800 him. Bruce is giving you, and then you have, oh, Bruce blocked here. Okay. Nope. That's the blocked is in the aftermath. No, 1,800, not 800, 1,800. And you'll send them 300 a month starting July 1st. Huh. So he's coming off 1,800, huh? Who are they? Well, here we have them. And, oh, there's some discussion about payment there. And look who is saying that they paid. Again, Miss Stark. I paid. Who is that? BBB. What's up, BBB? You paid? Yo money? That seems really jacked up. Jeremy actually was talking about this yesterday. And his explanation of it is good when you think about it. Like, you imagine a world where lawyers, they decide, hey, you know what? There's a rich guy over there. So we want to sue rich guy. We want to get a piece of his action. So, lawyer over here pays another lawyer to get involved and to sue. They essentially shop for clientele. They find somebody that'll sue. They pay for it. They make themselves part. You see how there's a problem there? You could see a real issue that could pop up in that, right? Oh my God. I mean, the same people that spin this stuff like it's just casual and no big deal. And they lied about it forever. Like, that's the jacked up thing. The most jacked up thing about this is the lies about this that have been going on for so much freaking time. Huh. Now, there was another thing I wanted to bring up. Give me a second here. Find it real quick. There's actually a discussion about the video that we saw that Shara brought up. Give me 1 second, actually. I don't want to mention something and not bring it up in front of me. It's not very long. It's worth checking out here. Now, the more I think about this, the more this actually disturbs me. The spin to it and more. This actually really bothers me when I think about it. This is that Lloyd Camper video. We see a video. Now, you think about this. I want you to really think about it. Lloyd told her not to go into his camper. He made that very clear. We saw the screenshots. She was mad about it too. She didn't like the idea that she was being told no, but he was like, do not go into my home. This is his home, his private areas, right? She not only did that, but she recorded in these private areas, and then she sent it to another party. Now you think about it. What are the claims in the Trespass 5 case? The entire claim to Trespass 5 is the fact that, let's put this on here. Let's just, again, this is not very long. And it's worth, again, seeing what was done, because it's so egregious in its way.
Well, you do that. Here, take that. Go in the house. Talk to Patty.
I mean, it's crazy when you think about this. I'm gonna lower the volume. It doesn't matter what she says. You can watch it on there. But I mean, think about this. This is an invasion of privacy. She complains in her filing, going after 5+1. She complains about the invasion of privacy, about people going into her personal spaces and filming. And doing this without consent. She, in fact, complains about Lloyd, and Lloyd not giving, well, okay. What really happened was she went into Lloyd's personal spaces, places where Lloyd, he did not authorize anyone to be. And when you, like I said, you think about that, that is absolutely messed up. Not just from a man, this is wrong perspective. From a legal, they know it's wrong perspective. And somebody was posting about this, and they called what we're seeing here in front of us the real invasion, the trespass one. There was the warning. Lloyd told her multiple times in text messages that he did not want her in his trailer, and that she was to stay out. 2, camper invasion, trespass after warning. So, in this video, like you can see here, 100%. I mean, there is no denying what she's doing, where she's at. She goes everywhere in it, too. In Florida statutes, it's trespassing a structure or conveyance is a misdemeanor of the 2nd degree. Now, invasion of privacy. Now, she not only trespassed after a warning, but she also violated Lloyd's right to privacy by recording the interior of his home and his personal effects. She then sends this to a third party, all of which are criminal offenses, and that is 100% legit. That is true. Florida Constitution, Article 1, Section 23, protects an individual's right to privacy and protects their personal information. She's gone in, and again, she's filmed everything in there. She also, this, I still can't get past this. She's like, oh, I'm going to turn it down. Look, she's like, I'm going to make it like in my home. I'm going to make it 85 degrees. Man, if you turn my house up to 85 freaking degrees in the summer, I mean, Lord. Like all my stuff starts melting in my house. Be like the Wicked Witch and freaking Wizard of Oz after she got water thrown on her. I'm melting. But they also noted theft, home invasion. Shara's video, which was recorded by LP after Landon and Company had left, clearly shows Lloyd's missing cash on a counter. This provides that it was not stolen. This is what they're noting. If they're not there. Now, again, I'd have to look at the timeline and stuff, but this is interesting. I mean, depending on when, we'd have to look at the when. Is that right? I'd have to look at the when, like I said. But if she blamed Landon for everything regardless, no matter what. Landon has become the fall guy for all this. And again, I'm not taking it for Landon. I'm not. Landon should be able to take it for himself. But Landon, I mean, I guess he's too scared to. Yeah. It's fascinating. They did say that they were afraid of John Cook. I think they're probably also afraid of a certain person that threatens to sue everybody. They said they were afraid that LP would sue them because she says she's going to sue everybody. And I'm sure when you bring on another person and they threaten to sue everybody all the time, that's got to be it's got to be a worrisome thing, right? So I mean, I can't understand that. But still, at the same time, man. I mean, that it's amazing though to record your crime and to give it to other people. So when I looked at that, I thought, "Are you kidding me?" I'm not surprised by it, but it is appalling considering they went out and they sued. I mean, you imagine. Like you sue other people and you do something it is that. But then again, everything else they seem to accuse other people of Seems to be it seems to be something they're doing. It's just wild there. Anyway, let's hit some supers here. Let's see. Let's finish those off, and I think we've had a very interesting. We've got one more document that we need to look at as far as the motions going forward. It was one I was going to cover. I don't want to do it tonight, but like I said, it deals with the tortious interference claim. And with tortious interference, again, I'm just being real about the way I see a claim. Tortious interference is hard to prove. I've seen so many tortious interference cases not get to where this one is. And that's wild to me. Like, I did not think that tortious interference was a claim that would stand as long as it has, but it has, and they may be able to carry it the whole way. That's crazy. It's wild. See, a lot of people, they don't also understand that when you make claims, like you go out and you say, I'm suing a person for X, Y, Z, that all of those claims may not go through. First of all of those claims may fall. Some of those claims may fall. The lawsuit, it shifts as it goes forward. It's just fascinating to see what's standing at the end. And with, again, lawsuits like this, if with this lawsuit, even if it would have been brought in an area where you would have had more stringent control, like say you would have brought it, you would have been able to bring it at a state with not a federal case, but a state case, like say in Tennessee, where you have very stringent SLAPP rules. I think Jeremy could have gotten around SLAPP, which would have been free speech. Excuse me. And I think he could have gotten around that, and he could have actually he could have said, this is defamation. These aren't just these are statements of facts, calling somebody a PDF file and more. And I think you can. I saw somebody do an analysis of the signs with their own work, and they did some pretty fascinating comparisons. Like they were taking handwriting samples from LP and JC, and they show with LP, they showed certain letters like the E's that she utilizes, and when you match up specific letters, the way they were doing it, they did a great job. The handwriting analysts did a great job, of course, but the way they were doing, they did a great job too. You could just look matter-of-factly and tell. You and I could actually look at it and do handwriting analysis. Like that, to me, that's amazing. But anyway, let's do this here. So Julie, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Appreciate you there. Thank you. Deuce Manskin. I tell you, they love their acronym, don't they? Yeah. I like your GOLAMOP. I love the fact that people have been making fun of the acronym thing. The acronym is so ridiculous. You know, somebody pointed out when you use acronyms, you need something that people easily recognize and they remember what it is. They want so badly for their acronyms to mean something. And it's like, man, these are so cringy. But anyway, Deuce Muleskin. Love it. Deuce Muleskin. Thank you for your 5 gifted memberships there. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Emma, thanks for the 5 there. Kangaroos are the biggest threat to humans. Along with drunk bears. Google those psychos. I know that, man, look at these kangaroos. Show you something here. Give me a second. Let's see. Kangaroo. I'm going to pull these up here. Some of these kangaroos, I mean, they just look like there was that one that attacked that guy in water. And that, oh man, look at this thing. It looks like it's been working out of prison or something. Look at that. It's all ripped. Some of these are exaggerated, you know, some of the ridiculous pictures, but that's for real. Like that sucker looks like he's like, "Ooh, you want some, boy?" I don't want any of that, man. I don't need any of that for me in my life. That kangaroo. Ugh. I think it looks menacing. Siggy, thanks for the 2 there. Lively case is just Holly weird. Yeah, I mean the lively case. Here's the thing, though. One of the things with the lively case that it includes is false allegation. And false allegation truly disturbs me. It disturbs me how it's not the fact that people lie. It's the fact, it's just like in this case. It's not the fact that people lie because you know people lie. It's the fact that some people just gobble it up. And it just gets bigger. When you talk about a Hollywood lie, the level of a Hollywood lie, you can have so many millions gobble it up. It becomes, you know, it becomes greater, exponentially greater. And to me, that's disturbing. But yeah, I think if you really want to correct things, you have to sometimes counter the Holly weird. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. When you look at that too, also the problem with cases like that is when they get bigger, it gets harder and harder to sort the truth out. You know, because you get into one of the things that's more interesting with like the Hale's cases. You've seen the lies from MP and JC. You can track them back. I mean, when they went out, they've made enough statements on their own. They've done damage. They don't have, like when you get into the Blake Lively mess, you have PR teams that are operating. You got all of this insulation and armor. They still make a mess of it, but it takes longer to dig through. You know, like the volumes of insanity that have come out and have been aimed at Jeremy Hales. That's taken months. I mean, we still got plenty to go through. But yeah, when it gets bigger, I think people believe it easier. That's the ugliest part of it. I think you have to combat both. So you have to be careful. But yeah, Hollywood is such a weird place. I do agree. Hope thanks for the tip. Set a stream timer. You might talk all night. Indeed. That's why I'm starting to try to make sure that I don't go past a certain level. With that freaking new madman, I'm telling you, I could probably talk all night long. If I were to take one of those damn things, they impact you heavily for about 3 to 4 hours. If I were to take one, it gives it an hour to kick in about 3 to 4 hours. I tell you, I took one about 1 o'clock and I could not stop. I walked 2 hours just pacing back and forth. Like, no joke. And the reason I know that is because I had my phone in my pocket. My phone in my pocket has a pedometer on it. And in my own house, just pacing back and forth, I paced 2.23 miles after I took the damn things. Which is kind of amazing when you think about it, you know. Although that was kind of funny. Sassy, thanks for the 2 there. Bananas for the low BP. You know what? I've been taking those. Actually, eat bananas anyway because that low magnesium, you're more likely to get cramps. So make sure that's how I combat that. What's up, kiddo? What you doing?
If you slip on something, that means it's the purple thing.
Okay. You got your hoodie on?
Yeah. I'm not taking this hoodie off.
Okay. I like your hoodie. It's cute.
Yeah. I put over my face.
Yeah, I like your hoodie. It's very cute. All right. Well, hey, I'm gonna be done in a few minutes.
Dark purple, I like purple.
I like that purple. That's a cute purple.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it looks very good on you. All right. Well, hey, go. Hey, you're supposed to be resting though. Remember, rest is best, right? Yeah.
Just call me down here for those soccer things.
Okay.
Just say my name 3 times or 4.
3 or 4 times, and if I want you to come down here, I'll say your name 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and I want to take those soccer things.
And you'll just pop up. You'll just appear. Okay.
Have ears.
Okay. All right. It's funny. Just say my name 3 times and I'll appear. I think I've read about that. Jack, thanks for the 2 there. Tug. I'm on Deerham for 9 years. Hypertension. Does it help? By the way, does it help you out there? I just want to get rid of this. Like I said, I get these freaking chest pains here and there. I'm just what sucks is I have to log them. I don't know. I'm like, oh, I don't log them all because I miss some of them for logging, but like that's one thing. I'm like, gotta log them down, log a time with them. Oh, it's like, ugh. They give you this weird, okay, so they have a log in here, right? And they ask you, how long does it last? All right. So you're like 1 minute or less, or 10 minutes or less. What, don't I get like 5 minutes? You know? Like 10 minutes or less. I mean, 1 minute or less, or 10 minutes or less, you know? What if it's sporadic? Do you mean it lasts from 1 minute, or do you mean the issues are 1 minute combined? I don't know. It's overthinking it. So, but it's funny. Like a bunch of mine for discomfort are seated. You know, what are you doing? Seated, laughing at dumb people. If you think I'm kidding, I wrote that in here. Laughing at dumb people. I wrote in it. It says on here, you've got like a little button on this monitor you have to push. So I pushed it. I was having a discomfort in my side there. I'm like, okay, well, I'll log that one. And it says on here the first time it happened is around 7, you know, the one I logged. It was like 1 minute or less. It says seated, speaking in mic, starting to laugh. And then later it says, reason it says seated, still speaking into mic, laughing at dumb people. That's what I locked in there. Hey kiddo, what you doing? Out and out. All right. One of these, okay? One. All right. Yep.
You like the couple?
I do. You look like a vigilante with that hood. Yeah. Here you go.
God can see out this.
You can see through that?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, hey, take that upstairs. Love you.
God can see out this. So
You just pulled that. She's got a hoodie on. She pulled it over her face all the way.
I see you.
Okay. Well.
I see your channel too.
All right. I just think it's funny. These people are going to end up getting that logbook, and they're going to be like, what in the world? Laughing at dumb people. Laughing at stupid people. I also don't get that. Like, they give you a logbook, right? And it's got like, it's supposed to log 14 days of incidents. It's like, okay. Now on there, they give you, I'm going to say 20 log. I was like, are you kidding me? That's less than 1 a day. Like the way it sets up, you know, it's not, you can't log in 2 incidents for every day with that. So it's 1 point something a day. Are you kidding me? That's not going to work out. I'm Seneca Chief. Thanks for the cure for low blood pressure. That's true, man. I don't know. Laugh myself into a huff. I'll be like, oh, dizzy. Jamie, thank you for that 5 gifted memberships too. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you. Pickle Tink, thanks for the 5. Also had low blood pressure. And last year, during all 4 of my hip surgeries, my BP ran so low, 70 to 30. He wouldn't even let me out of bed. Wow, man. That's wild. That is low there. I hope you're doing okay with everything now. Yeah, I mean, I need to take it. Here, good stuff. I don't think in my life, dietarily, I'm terrible about stuff, but I'm going on. Tomorrow will be day 6. No caffeine, no Cokes, no candy, no anything. No, nothing. Everything that tastes good is gone. So I'm joking about that. I made some like salmon, and stuff. It tastes good, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Lots of water, lots of stuff that isn't Coke. But making a change, making a real change. So thanks for the 2 in there. DDB, the Derpy Derpers, Derpus, the Derpimus. Yes, indeed. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Don't forget, Bruce, Denied Again. Indeed. That's what we're hitting on that. Denied. It's so amazing, isn't it? Rhea Ryan, thanks for the 23 months. And Paint Chips is bragging about his association with friends of Michael Corleone. Is it the general consensus is you don't talk about it? I'm sure the Genovese family would be elated by this. Indeed. You would think that that's a very good point. You would think they might be like, wait a minute. Why are you out here confirming that? But then again, his own stupidity is one of the reasons. He's like, the FBI has probably picked it up on their wire chatter. He was like, if Tug found out from the FBI that the mob was threatening him, would he try to keep it quiet? Or would he tell, fuck yeah, I'd tell you. What's up? What is up? Of course, I'd be like, guess what's happening today? You better believe I'd tell you. What is up with that? Like, I'd be ashamed of that. That'd be hilariously weird. Sassy, thanks for the 5 there, Tug. I think I was your Lyft driver. I wanted to ask you in the car if it was you, but you didn't look good. It wasn't the right time. Prayers. Nope, not me. Didn't use Lyft. So, wasn't me. Appreciate it though, but that wasn't me. I actually, scary enough, I drove myself. Isn't that frightening? Becky, thanks for the 2. How'd BBB afford to pay for Star? That's a good question. I wonder if they're funneling money from. Well, I mean, it could have came from some other bar. He ended up paying it. I don't know where he got his money. I always wonder, like, the why. What is the why question? It's not just the where, which is a legit question, but the why. Why is he funding it that way? Is it because we've talked about, wanting prominence? Or is it just petty vindictiveness, like going after Larry? Is it that petty? And the answer is maybe. Maybe. Shifter Brains, thanks for the 20 there. I've always had extremely low blood pressure. 86/52 is my norm, but it's been as low as 70/42. I've had to get infusions at the hospital twice a month. Nurses would run into my room until they got used to me. That's wild, man. Today, they kept, they were like, are you going to be okay? You going to fall out on us? They were extremely nice, by the way. They were extremely nice. Nurses, by the way, do not get enough love. If you are nurses out there, you have my love. I've worked with many nurses. NPs get some love, you know, nurse practitioners, but nurses don't get enough love at all. So you all deserve love for sure. Carrie, thank you for your membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for that membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate you. Sticky Widget, thanks for the 2. Got a bell chat. I'll catch you on replay. Indeed. We're almost done anyway. So thank you, Sticky Widget. Appreciate you, my friend. SF, thanks for the 5. I would hang a tube town sign on every tree of my property after that message. Indeed. It looked like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with this. That would be hilarious. It would be. I'd go crazy down there too. I would never. You think it looks ridiculous now? Indeed. I would go wild on it. Wanda, thanks for the 5 months. Hey, Tug, glad you're okay. All the best. Thank you. All the best. I love it. Thank you. I'm here. I'm still in my, like I said, if I have to quit early or anything, I don't want people to worry about it. I'm afraid that might happen one day. If it does, it does. You know, don't freak out about it or anything. But it just, you know, it means that, it got to me. It could one day. Evelyn, thanks for the month there. And Kruger effect at play here. I think that, I think somewhat. I also think it's interesting. It's interesting because the way some of this stuff has come up, yes, you know, the attempt to silence it gains more momentum, yes, but I think there's multiple pieces of it that are like that, you know, and that's where it gets really interesting too. My dog thinks so too. Where's your partner in crime? You okay at home? You talking about the little ones? Yeah, they're. I mean, the little one, like I said, she's doing better. The oldest is sleepy. She's like kind of isolated herself. Oh, she's like, too many people around me are sick, and yeah, we got to be careful there. So, Bonnie, thanks for the 2. The hamburger hanky panky affair. That is so weird. The next time I'm like live stream with Megan, I'm going to ask her about that. I'm going to ask her if she'll listen to it. We'll have to listen to it live and laugh at it. We will definitely have to. Deuce Muleskin, thanks for the 10 there. Bug for President 2052. Indeed. She would be like, why vote for something that's not, you know, doesn't come with a pretty heart? You know, she loves those things, man. She cracks me up with that stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm going to 2 cash apps there. It's awesome. So SC again, thank you, SC. 20 there. Thank you, SC. And also DB. Thank you for a 20 as well. That's awesome of you folks, man. Appreciate that. That is cool. Let me see, too. I'm rolling back to that. Make sure I didn't miss a message on that. There's also a coffee came through. That's cool, man. Like I said, you folks are awesome. You've supported this this endeavor to fund employment, which is kind of awesome. I had no idea how it would roll forward, so that's been cool. Thank you for that. There's a 20 on there. You know who you are. Thank you. Real Bird, thanks for the $10 super sticker. Rebel, what's up, Rebel? I hope you're doing good. I appreciate it. Thank you. Your Frickled Ginger, thanks for the 3 months. I sent you an email yesterday. Hope you're feeling better. No one scares anymore, indeed. You know, like I said the other day too, I appreciate you all. I didn't want to scare the worst person scared in that was me, you know, of everyone. So I get you, you know, ending like that, whew, man. Jack Miles, thanks for the 2. What? What'd you say?
If you wish so good, because these mints help your breath.
Do you want a mint? Is that what you're saying?
Well, some free mints.
Do you want a mint?
Didn't you? Just
So
take your breath like you.
My breath is good. I got my breath smelling good when I had to go to the doctor today. Do you want a mint for your breath?
Does my breath smell bad?
Ooh, man, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It's a little punchy. Ooh, man. Man. That mint. You definitely need that mint for a little bit, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Your breath was a little punchy there.
I like the slugging bag.
All right. Hey, go upstairs. Let me finish these.
I like the slugging bag.
Thank you. It's cute. All right. Let me finish these. Jack, thanks for the 2 there. Yeah, Tug, it helps. Or like, hey, propanolol. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. I know somebody who takes that. I'm terrible at pronouncing it. But yeah, I know somebody actually takes it. Pickled tea, thanks for the 2. No wonder your blood pressure is so low. It's the no caffeine. No, it was low before. That was the thing. Like I went to I knew there was a weird issue because when I went over to the ER the first time, they were like, "Huh, are you on oxygen?" You know, they were asking about that and the oxygen level. They were like, "Are you on oxygen? Are you sure you're not on oxygen?" You know, and they kept asking, questions like that. I was like, "What the heck?" Then I noticed other places were doing that too. Then I noticed that I went over to a clinic as well, and they kept trying to do first the oxygen cup, and they were trying to do the blood pressure thing as well. They were acting like they couldn't get readings that were acceptable for their protocols. It was just kind of weird to watch them. And then today when I got in, it was like, I can see it all come together. Now, no caffeine, yeah, probably running in mud for sure. It's been interesting to crash that down. But where I wasn't feeling good, caffeine, everything was out. Where all this came with feeling awful and nausea and everything else. So the only thing that was acceptable was very easy on the system stuff. No caffeine. It just kept going. I was like, man, already got 2 days of it. Why not? Well, already got 4 days of it. Why not? Just keep going. I've always wanted to like drop Cokes, but they're so addictive and they're so easily accessible. But I made it past the hump, so I'm good. KC, thanks for the 5. Now it does slow me down sometimes. You can feel like every now and then I feel like I'm getting past the fog a little bit, but the fog's still there. The medication's helping, but you bear with me a little bit there. Thank you. Casey, thanks for the 5 there. My God, it's AFib now. He has a defibrillator. And found out his pain meds makes it low. Yeah, now that makes sense too. Pain medication, making low blood pressure. I could see that as well, for sure. Oh, man, I didn't notice. I'm 2 freaking super chats on 50. You guys are crazy. I appreciate you, Noreen, thanks for the 2. Is the legal for BBB to pay Stark? The legal for BBB, supposedly, first of all, supposedly Stark is already paid up. Okay. Now that's number 1. And number 2, supposedly the legal with that was for travel and everything else. Well, what's it used for? I don't know. I mean, we haven't had any transparency with anything. So we don't know anything about anything. Remember, we don't transparency. What's that? It's amazing how many people just want to see a guy fail. There are a lot of people that have invested in this that just want to see Jeremy Hale's hurt. For what reason? And because he's had success, therefore. And there's a bunch of butthurt losers too. They're butthurt about this little issue or that little issue. These people, Jeremy Hale said a mean thing to me once. And it's like, these are the same people that are out there. And they're like, he said a mean thing and I want to take down his life. But, you know, if people put up signs about me and called me PDF files, I would be totally okay. It's like, wait a minute. Didn't you just say he said a mean thing about you and you want to ruin somebody? Okay. Strange, isn't it? Yeah. Bo, thanks for the two. What was in the voicemail to Travis? That was the voicemail to Travis. By the way, if you missed it, it's over on Willis's channel. It's not very long. It was just essentially what is denied to be JC, but totally is JC there. You can tell. I mean, there's no way that's not him. Being like, oh, those signs over there, Tubetown signs. Oh, what you doing to Otter Creek? It's all ridiculous. It's very short, but at the same time, it's just fascinating. Like they can't stop themselves from doing this stuff. They won't. They just keep going after people too. Susan Dolan, thanks for the two. For your sweet tooth fun. Thank you for their sweet tooth fun. Indeed. Thank you for that. For my I'm gonna buy some. I think I'm going to go with plain grilled salmon. And I like salmon. I'm going to have some more of that. Diane, thanks for the super sticker off that. Thank you, Diana. Appreciate you. That's awesome of you. Thank you. Vanessa, thank you for the 10 there. So happy to hear everything went well today at your checkup. One more thing, please give Baby Umbrella Girl some lip gloss money and send Little Umbrella Girl our love. Indeed, I will. I will do both of those. Oh, somebody went over by the steps and heard lip gloss money. She's grinning now. Did you hear? Yeah, you.
Yes.
They said, man, somebody needs some lip gloss.
Money.
Yep. I wonder who they could be talking about.
Oh.
Maybe you?
You, me, because I love my lip gloss.
That's right. You love that lip gloss, don't you?
I hope to say something about myself.
Yeah. Well, they said candy money, too. Man.
Candy money?
That's right. And lip gloss money. Man, they are speaking your language, aren't they?
Yeah. Good thing. My language.
I know.
You know, I'm a candy boss. I hope I get some baby bottle pipe. You know?
A baby bottle pop? You like those things?
Yeah. They have the sugar powder.
Oh, sugar powder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you like that.
You dip it and you put it in your mouth like a baby bottle.
That sounds very... Is it good?
Yeah.
Man, it sounds very good. Oh. Let's see.
And the other one?
Here's Higgles. Can you say thank you for your membership?
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Thank you for your membership.
Thank you for your membership.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Can you say that? Tugs Thugs. Can you say it like that?
You don't get to say that. What?
Oh. I don't think I get to say that. Okay.
To say anything about me, just put it right there. Someone else. Because I want.
Okay. Oh, yeah. James said there's footage of the camper that hadn't been released that day. Yeah. Yeah, I remember them talking about that for sure, too. I do remember them saying that.
If they're talking about me, just put it right there because I want to see it. You know what?
Well, you see all the hearts and stuff on there. They're, of course, talking about you.
Yeah.
Look at all those.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at the thing.
Okay, well, you can look at the hearts real quick. I'm going to end this in just a second, okay?
I'm just going to look at the heights. If there's heights on here, whoa, look at me heights you getting down.
I know, it's crazy,
and
isn't it?
sails.
I know,
that
but it's wild, isn't it? It's wild to see how many are there.
Heights. It's the same thing about me. I don't know.
They're saying good things about you. Look at all that nice stuff.
You know, I don't know how to read.
You don't know how to read. Well, you know how to read a little bit, right? You know how to read if it says dad or it has your name or sissy, right? Stuff like that.
Adia?
Yeah.
That's say
yeah.
Adia.
Yeah. Who?
They have yellow hearts. Thank you.
Yeah, see, them people are saying nice things. And they're saying hi.
To me and the sign.
Yeah,
Hope this kale face says that to me, please.
Yeah, but they're sending hearts. That's speaking too. They're saying, "Oh, that's love right there." You know? Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you want to tell them bye because I'm fixing to send out.
Bye.
All right. We are going to end tonight. We hit it right on 50 too.
Thank you
That's
for
good.
the hearts, though.
All right. Well, say bye.
Bye.
Bye, and thank you for the hearts. And later.
Good
We'll see you
hearts.
tomorrow.
I like these labels.